Start. Yes.
Good morning all. Sutturu Paramparege Namaskarisutta, seeking the blessings of His Holiness, Jagadguru Dr. Sri Sri Shivaratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji Galavaru, and offering my humble pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness, Jagadguru Shivaratri Desikendra Mahaswamiji Galavaru. Welcome one and all assembled. I, Parinita T. Niranjan, Assistant Professor, Department of Environmental Engineering, present for today's inauguration session of CPHEO refresher course on automation and application of IoT and SCADA systems in project monitoring systems. It gives me an immense pleasure to be the part of CPHEO refresher course organized by Department of Environmental Engineering, sponsored under PHE Sector Development Scheme of CPHEO, Government of India, in association with the Pari AI Limited, with the galaxies of intellectuals, excellency, speakers, invited guests and dignitaries. Once again, I welcome one and all for the inauguration of the first CPHEO refresher course of 2026 from the Department of Environmental Engineering. Knowledge is power. Knowledge opens door, curiosity finds the key. Now I call upon Sharanya MH from second year Environmental Engineering Department to invoke the blessings of divinity.
Mahaganapatim 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 Manasa Smarami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Vasishtha Vamadevadivandita Mahaganapatim Mahadevasutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Marakoti Prakasham Shantam Mahadevasutam Guru Guhanutam Marakoti Prakasham Shantam Mahakavyanatakaadi Priyam Mahakavyanatakaadi Priyam Moshakavahana Modaka Priyam Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Vasishtha Vamadevadivandita Mahaganapatim.
Thank you, Sharanya MH, for rendering a beautiful song on the Lord to kickstart the event. I would now request Dr. Sadashiv Murthy BM, Professor and Ed and Convener of this refresher course, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning everybody. At the outset, I offer my respectful pranams to His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Desikendra Mahaswamiji of Jagadguru Sri Veerasimhasana Mahasamsthana Math, Sutturu Sri Kshetra, under whose divine blessings this institution continues to serve the cause of education. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. K.P. Jayaramu, Chief Engineer, former Chief Engineer KUWS and DV, currently working as Chief Engineer KUIDFC Bengaluru, our Honorable Vice Chancellor and President of this function, Dr. N. Santosh Kumar, Dr. C. Natraju, Principal in Charge, SGC and Dean Engineering and Technology, ASSTU, my esteemed colleagues, resource persons from all the consulting firms, participants from water boards from southern states, Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, university officers, heads of department, faculty and staff, and their students, and all invitees. A very warm good morning to all of you. On behalf of the Department of Environmental Engineering, SGC, it is my proud privilege to welcome you all to this inaugural function of the 5-day CPHEO, Central Public Health and Environmental Engineering Organization sponsored refresher course on automation and application of IoT and SCADA systems in project monitoring, including online monitoring of STP effluents using real-time data systems. It's a matter of great honor for our department that Dr. K.P. Jayaramu has consented to be our chief guest today. His decades of distinguished service as chief engineer with the Karnataka Urban Water Supply and Drainage Board and his continuing association with KUIDFC make him uniquely positioned to speak on the practical realities of automation and monitoring in our state's water and wastewater utilities. We are truly grateful, sir, for your presence. I request Dr. Ravi Shankar to offer a bouquet. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude and wholeheartedly welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. A.N. Santosh Kumar, for kindly presiding over this function and for his constant encouragement to the department in organizing such programs. I welcome you, sir. I warmly welcome Dr. C. Nataraju, Principal in Charge, SDCE, and Dean Engineering and Technology, JSSTU, and thank him for his continued institutional support and guidance. I welcome you, sir. I request BP Shivkumar. I equally welcome Dr. B.S. Harish, Registrar in Charge in absentia, and thank him for his constant support to the department. This program has been made possible by the Central Public Health and Environmental Engineering Organization, generally called as CPHEO, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India, under the PHE Sector Development Scheme, and I place on record our sincere gratitude to CPHEO for entrusting SGC with this responsibility. This particular course, we started this during 1987, continuously till 2008, and due to some other reasons from the CPHEO it was stopped. Now that again they have started this particular program from 2025, empaneling about 32 institutions all over India. And under that, SGC is one of the empaneled institutions, and we had been given 8 different topics for conducting this particular program continuously for water engineers from southern states. Finally, I welcome one and all to this 5-day refresher course on IoT and SCADA. Now to brief about the refresher course. This is a 5-day course running from 6th to 10th July, designed for practicing engineers from water and sewerage boards, urban local bodies, and consulting organizations engaged in the operation and monitoring of water and wastewater treatment facilities. The course has been structured to build understanding progressively. I'll just brief about the overview of the course. Day 1, it will be the fundamentals of field instrumentation in WTPs and STPs, analytical sensors for pH, DO, turbidity, chlorine and ammonia, followed by tutorials on flow level and pressure measurement, and a session on final control elements such as control valves, actuators, VFDs and dosing pumps. Day 2, we have electrical systems and plant control architecture, PLC fundamentals, industrial communication protocols, Modbus, Profbus, Profnet, Ethernet, and the fundamentals of modern SCADA systems. Likewise, on the day 3, we have IoT for water and wastewater applications, connectivity, edge devices, cloud platforms, real-time online monitoring for CPCB OCEMS compliance, and applications of AI and digital twins in treatment plant operations. Day 4, an industrial visit to an operating sewage treatment plant for a live SCADA demonstration and on-site discussion of automation design and O&M practices and compliance with CPCB standards. This will be to Bangalore. And on day 5, we have written quiz, some practical assessments, mini project presentations, course review, feedback and distribution of certificates to the participants. This is a brief overview of the course for 5 days. And we are fortunate to have an outstanding panel of resource persons for this program. Dr. Pujashri R. Nayak, Mr. Arjun, who are here, Ravitej Jagde and Mr. Harikumar Subramani, along with experts from PREI Solutions, Forbes Marshall, Arcadis Consulting, and Wyman Technology Solutions, who bring together academic depth and hands-on industry experience. I am confident that participants will leave this program better equipped to implement and manage automation and real-time monitoring systems in their respective plants in line with CPCB and CPHO guidelines. With this, I once again welcome all of you and request our chief guest and dignitaries to formally inaugurate this program by lighting the lamp followed by floral tributes to the soul. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. Knowledge is the light that transforms lives. Let this lamp symbolize our commitment to education and progress. I now invite all our distinguished dignitaries on the dais to inaugurate the CPHEO refresher course by lighting the lamp and floral tribute to the Swamiji. Thank you all. I call upon Sahana M, Assistant Professor, Department of Environmental Engineering, to introduce our today's chief guest.
Good morning, everyone. It's my great privilege and honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Dr. K.B. Jairamu, a distinguished expert in the field of water supply and wastewater management. Dr. Jairamu brings with him over 38 years of rich professional experience, having served from assistant engineer to chief engineer in the Karnataka Urban Water Supply and Drainage Board. He is presently working as an individual consultant and task manager for the Asian Development Bank assisted water supply and sanitation projects at the Karnataka Urban Infrastructure Development Finance Corporation. Throughout his career, he has played a pivotal role in planning and implementing several Government of India and Government of Karnataka funded water supply and sewerage projects, including the successful 24/7 water supply initiatives in cities such as Hubli Dharwad, Ranebennur, Puttur, and Kundapur, along with sewerage systems incorporating sewage treatment plants using various technologies such as oxidation ponds, aerated lagoons, SBR, MBBR, and SBT. One of his notable achievements is his contribution to improving system efficiency and customer-oriented water services in Hubli, Dharwad, for which KUWS and DB received the prestigious National Urban Water Award 2009, presented by the Honorable President of India. His research on 24/7 water supply in Hubli, Dharwad, undertaken as part of his PhD, led to the publication of 5 articles in international journals covering topics such as consumption patterns, last mile connectivity, cost recovery, willingness to pay, and customer satisfaction. He has also been a resource person for training engineers under programs such as Amrit, Jal Jeevan Mission, and Defense Act institutions, including the State Institute for Urban Development, Mysuru, Engineering Staff College of India, Hyderabad, and Indian Institute for Human Settlements, Bengaluru. We are truly privileged to have such an accomplished professional and inspiring personality with us today. On behalf of all of us, I extend a warm welcome and heartfelt welcome to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. It's my privilege to welcome and call our today's chief guest, our proud alumni, Dr. K.P. Jayaramu, retired Chief Engineer, Karnataka Urban Water Supply and Drainage Board, Bengaluru, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and dear participants. Speaking about this SCADA, IoT, and all, we are all civil engineers. It is, you can see it's a tough subject for us. But to increase our efficiency in our all civil engineering systems, it is a basic thing. Actually, in my service of about 40 years, I was involved in operations for the majority of the period, like more than 30 years. If you want to keep healthy mainly and also peaceful, you need some extra support, especially in operations, because it's a day and night service. If you want to give very good supply in the morning, throughout night we have to work. Means our tanks should be full, our lines should be working, especially air valves. All those things to work properly, manually may be a bit difficult because a lot of human errors occurs. And also continuity of working means, okay, daytime we can expect good service by our staff. You think about night, midnight, early morning, 4 o'clock. So if there is any laxity in some hours of the day or night, morning you will struggle. If the tanks are empty, you cannot give good service to the public. Lots of complaints in the morning. Similarly, the sewage treatment, the same thing. If it is not done properly, if it is not done, maintained properly, definitely there will be havoc. Mr. Arjun knows well because we called him for IO conference for giving a lecture. So all these components, whether water or STPs, so maintenance is the key aspect. The construction, capex part, somehow will do it because of some consultants will be there, experts will be there. It will be constructed good. But after that, maintenance, it will go to ULBs, no? There will not be enough staff. Water boards will be constructing the systems. Normally, it will be handed over, unless some specific instances are there. Nowadays, 5 years or 8 years maintenance is a common thing. For anything, some assistance means operations, advanced technology means SCADA. So that's why this SCADA, IoT recently, and artificial intelligence, all these things are coming from. So we have to take the technology. Next comes affordability. There are some ULBs where they are not at all issuing the bills also. Forget about getting the revenue. There are so many cities, even today. Already 24/7 has been implemented on the verge of completion, but no bills are issued. For example, Haveri, so many cities are there. Now with lot of struggle, we started billing, not collection, just billing. Just you bill and give the bills to the customers. They will pay at least 50%, 60%, 70% based on our service. They will pay back. So to do all this extra advanced technology, there are people in the market. There are highly, skilled team are there. Technology is there, equipments are there. For that, some investment is required. So where do that investment? They are hardly maintaining the system with one engineer may be there, just one engineer in one ULB. A normal ULB, not like Mysore. You forget about Mysore cities and all. Normal of about 1 lakh or 10,000, 15,000 connections. Very poor. Manpower is not there. One engineer will look after all other activities along with the sewerage and water. So how to get very good service? So there, this SCADA and all technology plays. They had to get the money. They had to collect the revenue. For example, 10,000 connections. Normal, these towns and all, you cannot expect high bill. 100 rupees you assume, 10 lakhs per month. So if I invest 1 lakh or 1.5 lakh per month, you will get extraordinary service. Is water or wastewater. You can be peaceful in collecting revenue and management and hearing the customers' complaints and all. Definitely there will be a lot of improvement. Normally there will be, in economics we call vicious circle of poverty. So in the same water system and wastewater system also the same thing. We don't have revenue, there is no bad service, people will not pay. There is a bad circle. So someday we have to break it. You start billing, you give good service, you convince the people, get gradually money, you engage good technology affording people. So gradually improve the service. Definitely they will pay. This is my experience in Hubli Dharwad. In water, we were collecting about earlier, before we took over, about 4 crores per annum revenue. 4 to 5 crores. The expenditure was 10 to 14 crores. They were diverting other tax money to the operations. So government decided to hand it over to the board. That is the first major city given to water board. So within 2 years, somehow we managed well, somehow with the basic things, some intervention like water jump software, so many things, not highly advanced, these billing softwares. So chota things, small amounts. So gradually there is increase. 10 crores expenditure, 10 crores revenue. Within about 10 years, at the end of my 10 years O&M, we were having 25 crores after paying all money to the contractor. There are so many people, with a lot of softwares, advanced technology. Even some years, there were some 4 PhD they did, 4 MS students. They actually created very good, support for us. They provided Nextstop company. For MS, they selected a topic that they will give a message to the customers regarding time of water supply. It is semi-automatic, means they were creating group of customers and they made a small app through Wallman. That app will be in his mobile. He will send the messages to all the group where that wall is there, about 300 customers. He will give the correct message. Morning, 7 o'clock, you will get water, like this. It was very simple. They were collecting 10 rupees. After completing MS degree, they started a company there itself. They were there almost 4 to 5 years. They made profits out of that. Similarly, this tank filling, I paid about 1 lakh, I think I remember. They created me a nice software, that's also semi-automatic, not fully SCADA. They were collecting all the data from our night staff and gathering all the data of reservoir filling. Till morning 5 o'clock, they were sending message to all our engineers, including me as a head of operations. The levels of tanks, all the tanks level, maybe about 50-60 tanks were there. All the levels, they were used to get me the message. All the levels to me and also concerned engineers, concerned tank levels. So easily they did it. Almost 1 year they did it. Till this 24/7 and further implement system. So this is the beauty of the technology. So that if we, whether civil engineer or any engineer, so we have to, there are experts, you get the service of them. So definitely your efficiency will increase, you will be peaceful, you can enjoy the life. So how to select the technology for the required thing. In Carver, first I went there, in my first service there, I was at there is built chemicals, Ballarpur Industries chemicals, is caustic soda they were prepared. Only one engineer, one shift. Entire plant was operated, just one engineer. There are a couple of staffs just for monitoring, that's all. Entire system was done by one engineer, 3 shifts. About 25 years back, I'm telling, 30 years back, I think. So then itself. But the maintenance was so good. Similarly, we wanted to do in Mysore. We invested for some SCADA system just for monitoring. Because there is 2 main things. One is monitoring. That is reasonable cost. If you want to control the system, means actuators, valves, that relay unit, so many things will come. That will be about 50% extra. So that entire system will be operated automatically. So you have to decide which is required. We did only monitoring. We did expenditure, completed all the work, but maintenance was not there. Within 2-3 years, it was gone. Next, you might have heard of JESCO project, 25%. He worked, TCS engineers, about 20 engineers were there. I came 5th year, got transferred from Hubli. They were doing 5 years, 6 years, simply doing the softwares. It never implemented. 6 years gone, we never paid, closed. But now it is better. Lot of simple softwares are there. Time is over, I think. Just 1 minute. Nowadays, this way is Veolia and all. They already have built-in softwares for all their plants. It is SCADA operated, dashboard it will come. It is nicely maintained. Not a problem at all nowadays. It is smoothly run. So we have to get a lot of inputs from them. We have to think where it has to be applied, how it has to be applied, where revenue will come. And if you invest this, how much revenue you can gain, that also we have to calculate. It should be, affordable. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing knowledge on today's reality over the water supply. I request all our dignitaries to felicitate our today's chief guest. Thank you all. I now request our Principal in Charge, Dean Engineering and Technology, Dr. C. Nataraju sir, to share a few words and enlighten us with their thoughts.
Going to the lotus feet of His Holiness Swamiji, Puja Swamiji, and seeking His divine blessings. Good morning, everybody. Chief guest of today's function, Dr. K.P. Jairamu, Chief Engineer, KUWS and DB, Bangalore. Our own proud alumni of this institution, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. N. Santosh Kumar, Vice Chancellor, convener of this program, Dr. Sadashiv Murthy, Professor and Head Department of Environmental Engineering, and Dr. Vasishta Nagaraj, coordinator of this program. Indeed, I am happy to be here for this inaugural program of refresher course on automation and application of IoT in SCADA system in project monitoring system. Thanks for inviting me to this inaugural program. First of all, my thanks to CPHEO for giving an opportunity to this institution to have a refresher course on automation and application for the entire southern states. I welcome all the participants from all the other states, including Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Pondicherry. First of all, I think this IoT and SCADA system usually we used to have a course on in electrical department. I'm surprising that even for our environmental systems, we can also apply for this IoT and SCADA systems. First of all, it's all again depends on the future or the present scenario. It mainly depends on all engineers here. Especially sir was telling that how exactly the water system, water distribution system in the Hubli or Karwar or any other place of Karnataka mainly depends on the engineer's efficiency. System also has to work properly, and also at the same time, if we work properly, definitely will give services to the general public. We the Mysorean, we seen that how exactly sir was telling that NARM 24/7. It is not at all the work. I mean, I am not complaining, but it was not properly managed by the NARM or something else. Still today, many areas of the Mysore not getting water. 24/7 is nearly is a hope. That's all we will get at least in future. But even today, we are not getting many areas of the Mysore. We are not getting proper water by 24/7. Not only in Mysore, even the other places also. Just now I heard the news that yesterday, our MLA of this nearby constituency is assured that the Kaveri water for the Mysore city. But it is very difficult now. So this rain, no rains. Little rains this time, even Kamini as well as Kaveri also. But fortunately, we heard that Tungabhadra has filled now. Right now, yesterday Tungabhadra dam has filled. We hope that we'll get some water supply for the both irrigation and drinking purpose. See, the situation continues. I don't know by the next 10 years whether we'll get Kaveri water in Bangalore. It's a question marks. My fellow engineers especially from Karnataka, he has to look after whether we'll get a proper water supply in Bangalore. Even today, Bangalore is also a problem. So, responsibility is on with you. Definitely, drinking water, especially drinking water, is a prime. Water supply we have to make. At least the government has to give a fundamental duty of supplying water to the citizens is the must. So we need at least for drinking water, we have to be very careful that we have to save some water for drinking purpose, and the second thing, other irrigation and other purpose, we can make it as a secondary things. So I hope for these 5 days you are going to enjoy the hospitality of JSS institution with the very good climate of Mysore city. Enjoy the Mysore environment. Mysore is a good place, and also hope we will get a very good hospitality from our institution. After 5 days, definitely. Maybe I have seen the list also. Some of the senior engineers from Kerala is here. Kerala and Tamil Nadu, it seems. So you definitely will have more responsibility on you, that you have to again adopt what are the latest technology in the supplying water to the definitely for the citizens. So with these few words, I thank once again CPHU for this giving an opportunity to my institution to organizing this refresher course. Definitely you can enjoy and learn the latest technology with the resource persons. I thanks the department for calling me for this program. Thank you, Ananda. I congratulate once again the environmental engineering department, and have a nice 5-day course. Thank you, Ananda. Jai Karnataka. Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words and continuous support for the department. I request Dr. A.N. Santosh Kumar, sir, Vice Chancellor, JSS STU Mysuru, to deliver a presidential address.
At the outset, I submit my most respectful pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji and seek His divine blessings. Ellargu Namaskara, a very good morning to everyone present here. Chief guest of today's function, Dr. K.P. Jairamu, my colleagues Dr. C. Nataraju, Dr. Sadashiv Murthy, Dr. Vishishta Nagaraj, all my other colleagues who are present here. The participants from southern states were all here. I was told 45 people have registered for this particular program. I'm happy to be a part of this refresher course, basically sponsored by CPHEO on automation and application of IoT and SCADA in project monitoring systems. I think we have a long association with CPHEO. Right, we have been getting students for our MTech program from a very long time now, and we continue to get even today. The very thought of organizing these kind of refresher programs by CPHO itself, we should all appreciate. We are now spending so much of time, 5 days, right? All of you are outside of your office, right? There's so much of work which you have left behind and come here. I think this should become more meaningful. Otherwise, the very objective of CPHO sponsoring this particular program will go a waste. We should always keep in mind, it is the taxpayers' money that the CPHO is giving us, right, to train. I will not say train, it's only a refresher, because some of the senior people don't like this word training, right? You're all already senior people, you've all been working, so you know what is happening. Our chief guest was talking about the operational difficulties. Any government system we do have, wherever you go in the country, we do have operational difficulties. I think we have to stop complaining about these difficulties, especially blaming the government for everything. We have to come out and see that within the given framework what we can do and how we can be better, especially things as important as water, protecting our environment and all this are so very crucial and important, critical today. So in one such area is adapting to technology which is available today. Plenty of technology available, and you are having the evolution of technology so thick and fast, we don't know what to choose, what not to choose. What are the yardstick for choosing a particular technology and not using a particular technology? Yes, technology is there. He was talking of artificial intelligence, you are talking of IoT. Today you have AI IoT, just not plain IoT, you have AI IoT, right? Which should basically make our lives much more easier. Any technology should make our lives easier, right? As he said, you can also enjoy life if you can adopt technology. But there is a flip side to this particular technology also, which we should all understand. Technology comes with a particular cost, right? Whether we can adopt a particular technology by affording that kind of cost is the first question we should ask. And in this particular country, especially people have started adopting technology very blindly. The moment you start talking of IoT, right, and SCADA, how many people have been trained, right? A few engineers may be trained, but what about the others? Are they being trained? First of all, do they have the level of knowledge to even think of learning IoT? Even today, I read that a lot of people who are computer illiterate, you're asking too much from such people. So training them, to come to this level, and then asking them to adapt all this makes more sense rather than blindly adapting any technology. And today, wherever you go, people talk of AI. Definitely, today you can use AI for some of these applications, what you are referring to and what our chief guest also was referring to. But we should understand what AI can do, what it can't do. AI can definitely help us in the traditional approaches what we always used to. Right, some of the seniors, including the chief engineer here, that we have all learned doing things manually. Right, with AI, with so much of advances what we have in the field of electronics and sensorics, it is possible to get real-time monitoring and data collection. That is what is important. So AI will help you only in that. Beyond that, your judgment is important. Judgment of people, judgment of engineers is the most important and crucial thing rather than just the solutions what AI can give. AI is not a panacea. AI cannot do everything. It only will help you to a particular level. Beyond that, we have to use our intelligence. After all, it is artificial intelligence, ours is natural intelligence. We have to use this particular intelligence and see whether the solution suggested by even some of these, right, the latest technology, whether it can be implemented or not. Because there's a mad rush, everywhere to adapt to certain things, whether it is possible or not, whether it is feasible or not, what it costs, and the training. So worldwide, if you look at the training costs, just the training for AI, that itself runs to billions and billions of dollars. The amount of energy consumption for training purpose itself, right, that is huge. And the moment you start using all these technology, there is so much of generation of data. Where are you going to store all these data? Earlier you used to maintain certain things in files. Now it is not possible. So much of data that you generate in real time, where does it go? It has to get into a server. It has to get into a data center. It has to get into some cloud. All these things first of all is expensive. Second thing is, again, building a data center, so much of water is required. Where are you getting the water? You're talking of water shortage throughout the country. Where are you getting the water from? That means without thinking of what are the advantages and limitations of any technology, you should not rush. I saw some of the topics are excellent topics that they are going to cover, right? And all the participants here, I think, should take this very seriously. All these things, whatever is being going to we said here in the 5 days in the refresher course, you already know all these, but you're going to learn, get a new perspective. That is the only difference. Otherwise, you all know. There's nothing. You are not a high school going children for us to come bring you. You already you're all qualified people. You have the required experience. Principal was saying there are some very senior engineers who have come from Kerala and Tamil Nadu. You already know what is happening. You are the ones who know what are the ground realities as well, right? So our chief engineer was saying, right, first start giving the bills, then money automatically will come, right? That's his experience. But I have also heard contrary views to that also. Several people are given bills for years together, they don't pay. So there are certain collections issue here and there. But anyway, as I said, we can't keep blaming the system all the time, right? So we have to manage with what we have and how we can go about in spite of all the limitations. And this, I think, 5-day refresher course organized by the Department of Environmental Engineering. I should also say at this stage, Department of Environmental Engineering here is one of the very proactive departments on this particular campus. They are always there for any environmental issues which university has to address. They are always in the forefront. I see some of the professors also being given some grants by various government agencies like DST and other some of these agencies have given grants to the tune of 40-50 lakhs to continue this one. I think one of our professors, Dr. Pushpa Thopati, is doing something on water supply, right? Continuous water supply, and she is doing a good job here. So likewise, several of these people are also doing good this one in terms of protecting our environment. If you can see, we have got more than 50% green cover on this campus. Thanks largely to the team from environmental. I think we should congratulate for taking up this initiative as well. And Dr. Sadashimurthy was telling me that this is going to continue. This is not a one-off kind of refresher program. I think continuously throughout the year these kind of refresher programs we are going to conduct. So my only this one is do something which will be slightly different than the conventional way of doing the refresher courses, calling people, just putting up a PPT and trying to tell them what it is, because these are all learned people already, right? So they only come here so that this is a part of continuous learning process which we keep talking of nowadays. So I think that should be the way we should go about some of these refresher programs. And I'm happy so many of you could come, and he said some of them will join a little later after this particular inauguration because of rain and other things which definitely kindly enjoy your principal set and enjoy your stay here for the 5 days, and we look forward for your active participation and whatever little learning that can happen during these 5 days. I think that should be welcome this one. So once again, thank you. Have a nice time during this, and happy learning whatever I said for each one of you. Once again, thanks for an opportunity to share my views on this particular day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your works, guidance and support in conducting events in our department and at the university level. As we come to the end of the inaugural session, I invite Dr. Visishta Nagaraj, Assistant Professor and the Course Coordinator from the Department of Environmental Engineering, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good morning to one and all. Seeking the blessings of Sri Sutturu Guru Parampare, I, Dr. Visishta Nagaraj, Assistant Professor, Department of Environmental Engineering, feel privileged to propose vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of the inauguration of refresher course sponsored by CPHEO and organized at our department SJC. On behalf of JSS STU and Department of Environmental Engineering, I express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. KP Jairamu, for graciously accepting our invitation and enriching the inauguration ceremony with his distinguished presence. Your inspiring address, valuable insights, and thought-provoking perspectives have greatly motivated the participants and added immense value to the refresher course. Thank you for making this inaugural session truly memorable. Thank you, sir. We express our sincere and heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. A.N. Santosh Kumar for inaugurating the refresher course and delivering an inspiring inaugural address. Your encouraging words have motivated all the participants to enhance their knowledge, strengthen their technical competencies, and strive for excellence in their professional responsibilities. Thank you, sir, for your esteemed presence, inspiring guidance, and continuous support. I also extend my sincere gratitude to our respected Registrar in Charge, Dr. B.S. Arish, for his encouragement and support for smooth conduct of his program in his absentia. I convey our heartfelt gratitude to our respected Principal in Charge, Dr. C. Natraju, for joining us on this occasion with his esteemed presence. Your constant encouragement and wholehearted support have been instrumental in the successful organization of this refresher course. Thank you, sir. I extend my sincere gratitude to the respected university officers, deans of the university for their guidance and support. I thank all the deans, heads of the various department, teaching and non-teaching staff, and students for gracing this occasion. I would like to thank our beloved head of the department, Dr. Sadashimurthy BM, for his constant inspiration, guidance, and support in successfully organizing this course. We are deeply grateful to our distinguished resource persons from Pari AI and their team for accepting our invitation and for being part of this academic initiative. Your valuable presence and expertise will greatly enrich the learning experience of the participants throughout the course. I express my deep gratitude to all my faculty colleagues for their wholehearted cooperation, dedicated efforts, and support in the successful organization of this course. I also acknowledge the dedicated efforts of all teaching and non-teaching staff, research scholars, students, volunteers, and everyone who worked tirelessly to ensure the successful conduct of this refresher course. I also record my sincere gratitude to Manjunath, Department of BT, for capturing pictures, and Mr. Manjunath, MMC Video Recorder, for recording all the sessions of the course, thereby preserving valuable academic moments. I sincerely thank Ms. Parinita T. Niranjan, Assistant Professor, for her anchoring as Master of Ceremony and for ensuring the smooth conduct of the proceedings. I thank CPHU for sponsoring this course at our institution. I also thank Ms. Sharanya, 4th semester student of the Department of Environmental Engineering, for her melodious invocation that set a spiritual and graceful tone for the program. Finally, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the participants for joining us and making this event a memorable beginning to the refresher course. I wish you all an enriching learning experience and a highly productive program in the days ahead, and have a comfortable and pleasant stay in Mysuru. I extend my sincere gratitude to everyone who has directly or indirectly contributed their support throughout. Once again, I thank each and everyone for your gracious presence and support. Thank you.
Last but not the least, on behalf of entire team of Department of Environmental Engineering, we thank one and all present for the inaugural program. Automation is not about replacing people, it is about empowering people to achieve more. From the department, we assure that this refresher course would be fruitful to your career. I request all the participants, faculty members, dignitaries, students to assemble in the entrance of CMS block for a group photo. Later there will be a tea break and session will start after 15 minutes. Kindly everyone reassemble in the sessions. Thank you.